Hi guys, welcome to the OU Virtual Fitness page. I am Kay Malik. I am a yoga instructor at OU Ping Recreation Center. Today we're going to be doing 30 minutes of yin yoga. So I like to recommend that you have some props nearby. If you don't have any regular yoga props, you can use anything that you have around the house. Today what's going to be most important is a bolster or a pillow. So what I like to do is just take 2 regular size pillows or even just one and grab those and use those. That works just fine. And I also have a blanket laid on my mat. That's completely optional. I just like to do this to protect my knees a little bit. Couple other things. I'm not going to be playing any music today just for copyright reasons, but it actually works great for our practice. I like to practice yin in silence. If you really don't like silence, or if there's other noises happening where you are, you can just go on Spotify or whatever music provider you use and put on some nice ambient music, something without words that won't distract you from your practice, but basically anything, any kind of music that you like works. If you're participating in the NIRSA Movement Challenge, make sure that you go on your portal after class and log your hours. And with all that said, we're going to go ahead and get started in a child's pose. So we'll bring our knees about as wide as our mat, maybe a little bit narrower, maybe a little bit wider, depending on what feels good today. And then if you like to use your bolster or your pillow here, you can. You don't have to, but I'll demo with it. You're just going to lay your torso onto your pillows or your bolster, and you can let if you're not using a prop, you can let your forehead rest on the mat. And if you are, you can rest your ear or your cheek, and I'll tell you when we're about halfway through so you can switch. And then just start to settle in here. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Surrender into your prop or into the mat. Just start to connect to the breath here. At first, just noticing the natural way the breath travels into and out of the body without feeling a need to change it. Notice the areas of the body that are maybe experiencing tension and the parts that are feeling really open. Just taking inventory today. And start to use your breath to clear your mind. Just release the day, release any thoughts that don't serve you. Just let them float away for at least the next 30 minutes. This time will be dedicated to you, to clearing your mind, to finding peace on your mat. And if you have one side of your head rested down on your prop, you can go ahead and switch sides now. And we'll start to bring some more intention, some more awareness into our breath. We'll start to drop into our square breath, This is the breath I like to use for yin yoga. And the square refers to the 4 parts of the breath, not just the inhale and the exhale, but also the pauses in between. And with the square breath, we'll work towards equaling the length of the inhale, pause, exhale, pause. So we'll begin by emptying the lungs, releasing any exhale that you may be holding. Then we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top, hold your lungs full. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom, hold your lungs empty. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, hold it in. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Leave the lungs empty. Rest in this space of emptiness. And then we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom. And continue with this round of breath on your own time. Maybe you stay with the 4 count in the breath. Maybe you make it shorter, maybe you make it longer, whatever feels good today. We're just working to find evenness between the inhales and the pauses and the exhales and the pauses. Just take a moment to settle into your square breath here. And finish out your current round of breath. And on your next inhale, we'll use our hands to walk us back up, to sit on our knees. Great. And then we'll move towards a deer twist. So we're going to keep our pillows or our bolster nearby. We'll bring our right shin towards parallel with the top of our mat. And if that doesn't quite feel good, you can bring the right foot closer in towards you. And then we'll bring the left foot kind of behind us. We've got these stag legs going on. Okay, and then we'll take our pillow against our right hip so that it goes out lengthways away from us. And then we're going to twist towards our pillow or our bolster and lay our torso back down. And if you'd like a gentle twist in your spine, you can leave your right ear and right cheek on the bolster or pillow. If you'd like something deeper in the cervical spine, you can twist and lay the left ear on the bolster. And right away, we'll return to our square breath, recentering back to our intention, back to our focal point. Maybe noticing how the breath moves through the body in this twisted position. Just noticing how it feels different than the breath did in child's pose. And really breathe into the left hip crease, the left side body. All of those areas that the inhale fills up as you breathe in. And with each exhale, can you melt a little deeper, surrender into the ground or into your prop? And with your next inhale, you can start to press back up with your hands to a tall seat. And then we'll switch right over to the other side. This time the left shin comes to the top of the mat. Right leg swings behind us, and we'll bring the pillow or the bolster to the other side, right at the left hip here. And then again, we'll inhale to sit tall. Exhale to twist towards our prop. For a gentle twist, the left cheek rests on the prop. For a deeper one, you can twist so the right ear rests. And return to the breath. If you notice your mind wandering, try not to get upset or frustrated. Just notice the thoughts that pass through your mind like clouds floating through the sky. And then gently come back to the breath. Bring your focus back to the square breath. And let go of the thought. Try to practice non-attachment. And just about one more minute in this posture. See if you can use those exhales to settle in just a little deeper. Maybe you don't move at all physically, but just energetically you settle in. Use your inhale to slowly bring you back to sitting. And let your head be the last thing to come up. And then just move your prop off to the side so that it's out of your way. We'll come to a cross-legged seat. We won't be here for too long. We're just going to take a little side bend. So we'll inhale to reach the hands up and overhead, lift out of the low back. Exhale to drop the right hand to the side, maybe working the right elbow down towards the ground as the left arm reaches up over the ear. You can find some heaviness through your neck. Let your head hang heavy towards your right shoulder. And really send some breath into the left ribs, the left armpit, the left arm. Inhale to slowly lift back up through center. And your exhale drops your left hand to the mat, maybe working the left elbow towards the mat. Doesn't have to touch. And the right arm works over the ear. Breathe into the right ribs. Keep twisting the right side of the heart up towards the sky to find some more opening through the side body. And your inhale lifts you back through center. And slowly release the hands down by the sides. Maybe shake out your hands, bring some blood back into the arms if they're feeling weird like mine are. All right, then we're gonna come into a supported fish, just a gentle back bend. So again, we'll be using our pillow or our bolster. What we're gonna do is lay it lengthwise on our mat. And then we'll bring our hips up against the edge of our pillow or our bolster. And we'll lower our spine onto the prop. And maybe you have to wiggle around to find a place that's comfortable. If you want to scooch your hips a little farther away, you can. And then you can lay the legs long if that feels okay. Hands can be out by the sides, maybe even out at a T for some more heart opening. Or you can bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Just listen to your heartbeat and your breath in this posture. Know that there doesn't have to be a lot of sensation in a posture for this to be considered yoga. The yoga is happening in our minds, with our breath, and with our attention. So even if this pose is completely comfortable for you, you're still practicing. And maybe there are some really intense sensations in your body in this posture. This is really nice back bend. If that's the case, just reconnect to your breath. Send your inhales into those areas of the body where you're feeling the most sensation. And exhale to settle in, to melt into that sensation, to release the muscles. In yin, our main goal is to tackle the fascia, this 3D web of connective tissue that surrounds the organs and the muscles and basically everything in our body, binds us together. It really gets a really tight texture with all of our habitual movement. So in order to work into that fascia, we have to completely release through our muscles, really find surrender. Just let the body go and let gravity do its work in the posture. Take one more deep breath. Open your mouth side out. And with our inhale, we'll start to press back into our hands and our forearms, keeping the neck supported as we lift off of our prop. Take your time doing this. And then we'll move our prop out of the way and come all the way back down onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest, give them one last squeeze. And exhale, release everything down to the ground. Let the feet come as wide as the mat, maybe even wider. Hands by the sides. If you're looking for more grounding energy today, you can place the palms down. And if you're more receiving, palms can face up. It's up to you. Do one final body scan. Release any remaining bits of tension. Release the hold you have on your breath. Just come back to your natural breath cycle. And fully surrender into the mat. Take a moment of rest in Shavasana. And trust that I will tell you when it's time to come out. Start to bring some awareness back into your breath. And beginning to draw the inhales deeper into the belly. And as you do so, start to bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. Your ankles, your wrists, your elbows, your knees. Maybe you rock your head from side to side, giving your neck a little release. And whenever you're ready, you can inhale to reach the arms up and overhead for a good morning stretch. And then using your arm as a pillow, bring your feet into the mat and roll over onto your right side to supported fetal position. Just take a moment here to allow the effects of your practice to wash over you. To notice how your breath feels different from the beginning of class, how your body feels different, how your mind space feels different. And when you're ready to move into the rest of your day, you can gently start to press up to a tall cross-legged seat, keeping the gaze soft. Bring our hands in front of heart center. I'd like to close class today with a chant of Om Hari Om. I'll chant the full thing through 3 times. You can join me at any point if you know it. Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. 2 more times. Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. They say that if you Om and you listen carefully, the universe will Om back. Let's bring our thumbs to our third eye center to remind ourselves to have clear and loving thoughts. Thumbs to the mouth to remind ourselves to have clear and loving communications. And thumbs to our heart to remind ourselves to have clear and loving intentions. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on this stream. Again, my name is Kaya. I teach yin yoga twice a week. So at this time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays, and at the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. This week, I'm also going to be taking over for Jordan's FitFo classes. We're going to be doing some vinyasa. So if you like a more active form of yoga, you can tune in at 6 p.m. and 6:15 p.m. respectively on Tuesday and Thursday. And you can also check out all of our other wonderful offerings on our virtual fitness schedule. Make sure you log your hours if you're participating in the NIRSA Movement Challenge. And that's all. Thank you so much, yogis. Have a great day.